Okay, we're going to get ready to start lesson 4 here, and in lesson 4 we're going to discuss, we're going to create relationships between tables, and then we're going to talk about what is a one-to-many relationship. We're then going to look at working with filters within the table, and we're then going to review the table we created and talk about some things that we can add to or look at changing in our table. Alright, so you're going to see that I already have a database created for this video, and you're going to see I have 3 tables created. One is a customer table, which is going to have information strictly about our customers. We're then going to have a loan table, and then our state table is just a lookup. So if we look at the contents real quick of the customer table, you're going to see that we have 9 records. Everyone is unique in names, right? And like I said, we have the state set up here so that we have a drop down so we can pick the state we want. Alright, and then in our loan table, you're going to see that, and it's hard to tell, but we have some duplicate customer IDs, which means that our customers have more than one item. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's create the relationship, and we do that by going to Database Tools, and we click on Relationship. And then when we're here, we want to if you open this up and your tables are not showing up, what you need to do is right click and show tables, and you're going to see that my tables now pop up: customer table, loan table, state table. You're going to see that we also have links and queries and all. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click on customer table and drag it over, let it go. I'm then going to bring over loan table, drag it, let it go, and it grabs a relationship. And what I'm going to do here real quick is click on it, just maybe because that relationship might not be there when you drag it. So if you click on it, hit the delete key, that will remove the relationship. Now just to look at this real quick, you're going to see in this table, the customer table, you're going to see that customer ID is the primary key. That's what that key there is. So that means that's a unique, one-of-a-kind identifier. Alright? And for example, like our Social Security number is a unique identifier to us. Alright? Everyone has a unique Social Security number. Sometimes you'll have an employee number, a vendor number, a student ID number. So you might have other numbers assigned to you that are unique for the reason that Social Security numbers aren't always good identifiers, you know, in some cases. And then you have a loan ID, which is unique to the loan. But how we tell that this customer is associated with a loan is through this customer ID, that unique number that associates it with the loan. So what we need to do is just come over here and we hold down the mouse, we drag it to customer ID and let it go. This little menu pops up here, and it tells you customer table, customer ID, to loan table, customer ID, right? And our relationship type, and we'll look at this other information on here at a later time, but our relation type is a one-to-many, which means in customer table there's one unique record, but that unique record may be associated to multiple records in the loan table. So one custom ID, right? One customer per ID, possible customers to unique loans. We go ahead and click create, and you see that there's our associated lines. Okay, now that being said, I want to come back over to our tables, and I told you the third topic we're going to talk about is looking at filters in a table. And this area right here lets us look at what our filters are. Notice that right now we got it clicked on descending order. If I click on first or last, let's go last name, and do it in ascending, it puts everybody into an alphabetical order. I can also right click on last name and do the same thing. Alright, I can do the same thing. Alright, so let's click off. And here again, the right click in any Windows program brings you up a content sensitive menu to what you're looking at. Alright, so now the other thing I can do is click on state, right click, and I can sort it from A to Z. Alright, just like that, sort it from A to Z. Alright, I can do a selection where it's equal Kentucky, does not equal Kentucky, contains Kentucky, or contains, does not contain KY. Alright, and if I did select that, right, it's only going to bring up Kentucky. Notice that it tells me I have 2 records, because this always lets you know how many records you have. I can clear the filter, add the filter back again down here. I can do the same thing right here. Alright, I can toggle filter, I can go to advanced, and I can, alright, come over here, and this automatically throws me into a query where I don't want to do that yet, so we'll click off, just showing you that's available. I right click. Alright, now I don't only have to right click, I have a down arrow here too. See that? And when I down arrow, it will let me look at the different ways I can sort. So here again, I can get rid of the select all and say I want everybody from Ohio. So we have multiple ways of sorting our database, and technically what we're looking at is really a query. Alright, that filter is running a little query in the background for us, but we do not see any of that action happening. Alright, we do not see any of that action happening. Here again, I drop this down, I tell it I want select all states are there again. Now I can also do a text filter where I tell it equals to, does not equal to, begin with, contains. So if I say equals OH, capital OH, and I hit OK, it should only pull up the people, the customers from Ohio. Alright, so, and you can look at other different sorting as you do this, because then you can put a secondary sort. Now remember, this looks like it's alphabetical, right? So I can do a descending in this column. Alright, I can come over to first name and do a ascending. Then I come back to last name. It's a descending. So, I mean, it gives us different ways of looking at our data. Toggle, right? So, you know, you can eliminate or get down to the information you want in this area right here. Again, if you're looking for in the loan table, somebody's customer ID, couldn't we drop this down and type in a number, and let's look at a number we have, and let's say 775555321 is, I think, and it will tell it okay. And it just brings up the numbers we're looking for, or the customer we're looking for. All right, so that lets us get an idea with we're touching or experimenting with filters. Let's go ahead and let's go back into the table creation again, and let's go look at the data design view. Just to look at this real quick, whenever you see this key right here, right, that's the primary key. It's a unique field. All right, and we can see loan amounts, a number. In our next video, we're going to look at loan amount, how to change that value or that data type. All right, and remember that we always have our formats down here that we can change. So this is at 255. You know, we want to make that 10 because 255 is too big. And in a table this size, it's no big deal, but when you get thousands and thousands of records, that may become a problem. All right, so that's going to be the end of lesson 4.